morning. How's everyone doing this morning? Everyone feeling blessed? Feeling good? Feeling ready to go? Welcome to the Sunday morning walk and talk. Thank you for being here. As you check in, guys, please do me a favor. Let me know where you're checking in from, what time of day it is, where you are. Morning, noon, or night. It's always good to hear from you guys. Thank you for being on the walk with me. Thank you for stopping past. Plant-based, what's up? What's going on with you this morning, man? Where you checking in from? You said African brother? Plant-based. What's going on? Good morning, everyone. Thank you for dropping in. Welcome to this walk and talk. It's going to be a beautiful day today. It's going to be a blessed day. I can feel the energy in the air. A clean slate. Welcome in. Good morning. And all right. Is that Andrew what? Hey, why are you ignoring me? I'm contributing. 100% plant-based diet since 1997. Okay, that's what's up. Cool King, what's going on? Good morning, guys. Welcome in. I'm not 100% plant-based. I have started returning more plant to the life. I was eating mostly steak. I've been mostly a steak and potato guy most of my life, but I'm returning some vegetables in there into the mix, working them in there, doing better. Good morning. We got talent. Is it talented pigeon? Okay. Hey, Fran, great stream. Any suggestions on what I should do about? Oh my goodness. Great. Yeah, you got me almost. So, good morning. Nah, fam, I don't have any. I don't have any suggestions there. How's everybody doing this morning? Thanks for being here, guys. Remember, when you check in, you go ahead and drop what time it is, where you're checking in from, how you guys feeling this morning. I'm out here on this walk, sharing on being blessed, encouraging everyone to be a part of their own life, a part of their purpose, focus on their dedication to their development and growth. Oh man, it's a good morning out here. It's another blessed day, beautiful Sunday. Prepared to take it on. Prepared to win. It's a big thing, guys. Understanding when you go out here, we're going out here to win. We're going out here to take action, to be strong and purposeful, to be driven. Again, guys, when you check in, let me know where you're checking in from, what time of day it is, where you are, how you're feeling, if you're ready to take this next step in your finances. Are we ready to make this financial growth? Are you up and on your purpose first thing in the morning? So that's one of the things about developing a plan and growing. That's one of the things about saying that you want to live with purpose, that you have purpose, and that you have a focus for achieving. When you get to that place and when you're sure that what you want to do and how you want to live is hardwired, and your destination is clear to you, it changes behaviors. It makes changes to you. So you understand the importance of how we start our day. The thoughts, the actions, the behaviors that start our day and lead us down this path. Because it is not a haphazard thing, people. We do not arrive at any of our destinations. Ma'iran, Riza. Okay, we do not arrive at any of our destinations by chance. This is my little view from the hilltop. Wake it up. Worship God. That starts my day. Great, Neil. That is awesome. That is a wonderful way to start your day. That's a wonderful way to start every day. Early bird pigeon, indeed. Inside Iran, morning weather. All right. Are you saying that you're inside Iran and you want to know what this morning's weather is? Or you're saying that you're inside Iran and it's in the morning? I'm not sure. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the chat, a part of the stream. Starting your day with faith and glory and in worship is always important. That's what I mean about how we start our day. Simple things about do we start with thankfulness? Do we start with joy, right? Because for a lot of people, the understanding of what rich is, what wealthy is, what happy is always dependent on others. It's dependent. We, at some point, achieving this, we come to depend, and we come to depend on people outside of us to provide us with happiness, or we depend on their behaviors or their emotions or their reactions to provide us with that. One of the great things about becoming strong and independent and understanding our own growth, understanding our own place in life and who we are, one of the great things about that, one of the purposeful things about that, is that we learn that we can be happy. And this isn't about, hey, I can be happy by myself, like I don't need you to be happy, but it's about understanding that we can be happy in our journey. We can be happy where we are. We can be happy doing our life. Like, everything doesn't have to work towards a moment to be happy, when we can be happy right now, right? So, what do we have here? We have Jonathan. Jonathan, I don't know if that's a serious question, Jonathan. Like, I'd love to be able to engage with you and talk about that, but I would like to know if that's a serious question. That's not a trivial matter. A lot of people live through that. I lived through that in my childhood. If it's a serious question, there are more questions to be answered. I believe everyone here on this channel, we get up in the morning, we're out on these walks, we understand that we're living purposeful life. We understand that development and growth comes through discipline. I am walking through a deer's den right now, so but there are definitely actions and behaviors that we can take. So Riza, have the birds and go. What about you? A-Rod. Not sure what that's about, Jonathan. It is serious. So how old are you, Jonathan? How old are you right now? Is this something that has already happened, or is something that's happening? And let me know where you're checking in from, Jonathan. Let me know where you're checking in from, what time it is where you are. So, as we go through life and we talk about discipline constantly on this channel, we talk about development, we talk about growth, and we talk about discipline is necessary specifically in our lives to make sure that we are focused on our goals. We're focused on doing the work to become the people who can support those goals. the people who can understand and thrive in any circumstances. We understand that the catalyst and the principles for discipline will be a part of developing our life and growing our wealth, right? So 25 years old, all right. So are your parents, so I'm not understanding living in another country, but at 25, so being attached to family at 26, it's a point now. The Bible clearly states when I was a man, when I was a child, I thought as a child, I acted as a child. But when I became a man, my actions had to become those of a man. So what does that mean? That means as we grow, we become less dependent on others, as I was just stating, about being happy and waking up. We become less dependent on the lives of others being the catalyst and the realization of our life. Now, if you're feeling really bad about it, I'm not a doctor. I do not profess to be. My recommendation is if you're having these feelings, you may want to consider, especially if you're close to family, if you have extended family, speaking with your parents directly, getting an understanding of where your family is, where your parents are, getting an understanding of where, of what part of it is important to you, right? And then don't take it personal. So, like, the focus on anything, because we have to understand in everything that we do in life, our control on everything that happens in life is limited to us. So no matter how bad something may make us feel or how we may think about something, if it's someone else's life, literally all we can be, the only thing we can be responsible for and impact is ourselves, right? We could talk to those people who are in our lives. We could talk to the people we love, but it's their life, right? So that's one of the things I always say is we can't assume because someone does something that hurts you that someone is trying to hurt you. And this doesn't sound like that case. It does. That sucks. That's a lot, man. So I would still say if you have the means to make the visit and you were going to make the visit, still make the visit. So, like, have you spoken to your parents to kind of get an understanding of what they're going through and how they arrived at this place? I mean, no problem. Thank you guys for being on. So the reason I'm saying that you want to talk to your parents is because by speaking to your parents, one of the biggest things we want to do, right? And this is one of the things we were talking about, the 5 things that impact your wealth this morning. That was supposed to be the topic this morning. One of the reasons we have that conversation is because it's hard not to make emotional decisions. When it comes to matters of the heart, it is difficult to make logical decisions. And so you're talking about the genesis of your life. And I don't know if you're still there, Jonathan, or not, but my recommendation for you would be to definitely talk to your parents. I mean, I want to say a good 80% of problems that have to do, I'm gonna tick that number up. I want to say about 95% of problems that have to do with relationships and matters of the heart, whether they're your own particular relationships or other people's relationships with your parents, family, co-workers, spouse, 95% of these relationships have issues, and those issues start with communication. When we correct communication issues, we fix so many other things. So definitely, I don't know if you're still in here, like I said, Jonathan, but if you are, talk to your parents. I mean, seriously, like, I mean, what's the alternative, right? Like, it hurts. Like, you want to fight it. You want to, like we've all seen the parent trap. You want to find a way to fix it. But, well, we might not have all seen the parent trap. But what's going to be key is in our growth, right? And everything that we're doing when we're working in our lives, we have to understand what we can control is us. But what's important for you as the child is you want to make sure you're still loved, you're still cared for. You want to make sure your parents still feel loved and cared for. Sorry, you're dealing with that. Every day can't be good, but you can find good in every day. That's pretty good, Pigeon. That's well stated. That's well stated, because you're right. Like, not every day is going to be the day you win the championship. It's not going to be the day you raise the banner, but every day can be a part of that journey. And so one of the things that's going to be important, and I say this to everyone when I'm talking, when we're sharing, when we're on these walk-in talks, these things always boil down to the same principles, right? And the simple principles that are going to be a part of it are the same in terms of the discipline that's necessary to work on yourselves, right? So that's always important, guys. It's an important reason to understand that your personal development will impact your relationships with lots of people, even your families. It'll impact your relationship with yourself, because as you develop personally, you get a better sense of who you want to be to you, who you want others to be to you. Jonathan said, so I feel like right now, right, I hear you. Like, I hear what you're saying, and I mean, that can be significant. I know you've mentioned a number of times that you're working in another country. What country are you working in right now? What time is it where you are? Just as kind of a sense, or is it the beginning of the day for you? The end of the day? Is it the middle of the day? Are you on lunch? Where are your parents at? Are your parents here in the United States? Where are they at? Because like I'm saying, like, what you're feeling right now and what you're sharing, as I said before, a major part of most developmental concerns for relationships is going to be communication. So if where you are right now, like you're on here and you're sharing and you're talking with us, maybe this is an opportunity to write this information down and prepare to share it with your parents. And RKS, Hawaii, what's going on? 11:22 p.m. I done been through that, man. You just now getting ready to go to bed. Are you working overnight, RKS? You on that overnight shift? We are 5:22 in the morning here. All right, Ryan. Good to see you, man. Is this a new page for you, or are you just, or do you have different ones that you use? Graveyard shift. There it is. Yes, you are. Welcome in, man. Don't you work too hard. All right, official channel name. Got you. Good to see you this morning, or good to see you this evening for you. So what we've been talking about so far today, we've kind of been talking to Jonathan. He says that he's dealing with some issues with his parents. We're trying to be his support and let him know that, you know, kind of help him work through it. Understand he's not alone. He asked for some advice in dealing with it. You could probably see some of it in the chat. Okay. I get it. Right. So I hear what you're saying. So being in where you are, I guess that's considered Midwest United States. Like, I think the responses stay the same. If you guys are in the same, you guys in Mexico, you should share like some time zones. Reach out, man. Talk to your parents. Family's important, right? But your development and growth is important too, right? It's hard to break out of an emotional situation. I always recommend looking for strong spiritual leaders, right? Definitely lean on your faith. Don't want to look too hard at the person, but look for someone who can offer you spiritual guidance and help in the healing process. And then lean on what we always talk about here is we talk about discipline. And if you look at my page, I have a post that I made from the beginning of the year, earlier in the year, where my dad passed away, and I did a post about being able to understand how to use discipline to survive difficult times. And part of it is just to keep moving, right? Part of it is the beginning of repetition. And it's like, hey, let me keep going. It's kind of a numbing effect. But when you have discipline in place, it's the thing that kind of carries you through, because discipline is different from motivation, right? Like discipline is different from someone providing you with emotional support. It's different from getting a hug. It's different from talking to somebody like a therapist. So like discipline is an internal thing. And so when you start developing discipline, I spoke about how the discipline in tough times worked for my mom and dad, who were pastors. They were pastors of church down in North Carolina. And as pastors of that church, when my dad was originally diagnosed with cancer, and ultimately when he passed away, one of the things that was important to understand is that the process in which they traveled through it, for some it seemed odd. It's like, okay, we have things to do. We have church meetings to go to. We have others to care for. We have functions and benefits that we need to arrange, and we have work that we need to do. I was driven by discipline, and it's not a thing of, oh, well, we're going to act like this isn't happening. No, it was an understanding of this is happening, and it's a part of our life now, but we still have to manage what's in front of us. We have to manage our life. We have to continue to live our purpose. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm not saying it like, oh, get over it, suck it up. But I am saying that time will continue to pass. And as you continue to reach out to people, like you said, you're a big family guy, as you continue to reach out to people in your family, you should feel that support and growth coming from those areas, right? So it is 5:28, guys. As you know, we do this walk and talk in the morning from 5 to 5:30. It's great to have you guys here. I appreciate you guys dropping in and being a part of the chat. As you know, we cover constantly the benefits and principles of the discipline dividend, the system that we put in place to help our lives grow, to help us grow, to help us live with purpose. I understand, Jonathan. I get it. Trust me, I truly do. Like, it's a, like there is a focus on wanting to get something done. There's a focus on wanting to see if there's something that you can change. But like you said, you're starting to focus on your life now, which is good. Taking that time to have that focus and to work on you should have a really positive impact on the future, right? Have a really positive impact as you go through this healing process. It's not going to happen overnight, but keep at it, man, right? We want to wish you the best of luck. We're going to be praying for you and your family and hoping that you guys are healing, right? And hoping that you guys are staying in communication and that you continue to grow and care for one another, which is the important part, right? Because life is about purpose. And when we live with purpose, we start to understand what our calling is. And if your calling and your purpose is if your calling and your purpose is to care for and be there for family, then you still have the opportunity to do so. All right, so how is everyone doing this morning? Thank you so much for checking in, Jonathan. Guys, we had scheduled for this walk and talk to be about the 5 habits that are keeping you broke. It is 2025. The 5 habits that are keeping you broke. I'll make sure to cover that. I may check in later today on a live or post a full video on it. But the reason we need to have this conversation about 5 habits that are keeping you broke is because it is less about the investments. It's not about the economy. We don't need to keep looking at Elon Musk and Donald Trump. We need to start looking at ourselves, our behaviors, our actions. We have to look at the world. We have to look at who we are, understand how strong we are, and how much impact and say-so we have over our life. Understand and know that development and growth is not limited by others. Development and growth is not provided by others. Our development and growth is only limited and provided by what we're willing to commit to and what we're willing to do. I think today is a great day. Today is Sunday, May 4th. It is early in the morning here. It is 5:31 in the morning. It is early in the morning. It is a great time to make the choice to do the things that we want to do. What's the difference between choosing and deciding, people? A choice is usually limited by outside factors. Usually limited by outside factors as how many of something is available. So if you want to choose between a banana and an orange, if there are no oranges available, your choice has just been cut down, right? If you want to choose a meal, even if you go to a restaurant, your meal options are limited by what's provided on the menu. There are choices. However, a decision requires action. A decision makes something happen, right? And so even in this situation where you go to a restaurant and you're looking at a menu and you're like, hey, I want to get this pan-seared salmon. That's what I'm going to have is this pan-seared salmon meal. But when they get to the table, you order a cheeseburger, right? Your choice may have been, hey, I want to eat healthier. I'm going to choose to eat healthier. I'm going to take the steps to understand the impact on my health. And then you ask for something else. That action, those words that you spoke out of your mouth are an action. You took that action and you decided to do something different. So what you choose to do, what you're thinking about doing, what you're about to do isn't doing. It's not doing a thing. My son and I, we were fixing, my sons had holes in the tires on their bikes. So my wife got some patches and we were in the living room and we were putting those on yesterday. And so doing the work, having a great time working with my sons, we also had some additional housework to do. And so a large family, for those of us who know us, who know me by now, you know, my wife and I have 7 children. And so we had the children, we were like, hey, it's sock mating time, right? So that's significant. Like, there are a lot of feet in this house. So we're sitting down, we're getting ready to make the socks, or we're coming together to get ready to make the socks because we do it to kind of like a family event. So we're coming together to make these socks, and my son's standing there over the socks. And I'm like, I watch him for a few seconds. I don't watch very long. I watched for a few seconds. I was like, son, let's go. Let's get the socks out. Let's get them made it. He says, well, that's what I'm about to do. I'm like, well, if I'm mentioning something to you, it doesn't matter what you're about to do. Like, we need to be doing it. Here's the problem. We can be about to do just about anything. We can be about to do everything. We can spend our time living in the I'm going to, I'm about to, or we can get to it. We can start doing it. I think that's important for us, guys, as we wake up in the morning, as we live throughout the middle of the day, as we go into our life and we're looking at all of the things that are out there for us, all of the different ways in which we can work on our development and live with purpose towards our future. We got to make sure that we're focusing on understanding that talking about it, thinking about it, choosing it is not doing it. It's not an action. It's not a decision until we take action, and we need to start becoming action driven. We have to be action based. Pigeon, glad I tuned in. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you for the subscribe as well. Thank you. Have a good day, Pigeon. Thank you for stopping in. God bless. And so these are the types of things that we want to always make sure we're focusing on. We want to take the time to take a look at, right? Because when we look at our ability, our calling, our choice to be, when we look at those things clearly, and then we take it upon ourselves to be actionable about it, to make decisions and to take actions, we can see significant changes in our life. We can see significant growth. When we stop expecting for others to do it and we decide we're going to do it ourselves, that's when we become powerful. There's a great way for you to take steps in your life today. It requires a decision. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's fitness, if it's food, if it's finances, if it's your faith. You want to pray more? Pray. You want to go to church more? Go. You want to be in better physical condition? Stand up, start moving. Good morning, Empress. Good morning. Good to see you here this morning. So there are plenty of ways for us to make sure we're taking the actions and we're taking the steps and behavior that is required to see us grow, right? Those things are very simple and easy for us to do. I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to visit the page. You have a free link there to download the dividend, the discipline dividend system and alignment with our assignment. Indeed, Redeemer, welcome in. Thank you for being here this morning. It's a pleasure to have you guys stop in. If you haven't done so yet, please drop a thumbs up, a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate doing that as well. But as always, we want to talk about and we want to focus on our abilities to grow, our abilities to understand and develop. We know the things that we do and the things that we do versus the things that we say we are going to do are quite different. Because the things that we do will bring about results. They will bring about actions. They will bring about clarity and how we see ourselves and how we act. All is well. Awesome. Hope all is well as with you as well. And so, guys, again, I want to thank you for stopping in this morning. I know this was titled The 5 Habits That We Need to Stop for Your Financial Well-Being. I'll make sure we get an opportunity to cover that, maybe on a later live, or I'll post it as a full video. But I do want to thank everyone for stopping in this morning and being a part. I want to thank John for stopping in, giving us an opportunity to speak with him about his situation with his parents, and we pray that he gets better. Guys, have a blessed and beautiful Sunday. It's always a blessing to see you guys here. Take care and God bless. Bye, guys. Thank you.